You're listening to Earth's Mightiest Podcast, episode 177.
Yeah. What have you been up to, Corwin?
Just these damn puppies of mine. Just trying to keep their training going. One of them is just stubborn, and she, I don't know. She doesn't get it, I guess. Either that or she's diabetic. I don't know. She pees all the damn time.
Well, I
She,
mean, how old are they?
uh, 4 months? February, March, April, May. Yeah, 4 months.
Okay. I remember when Luke was 4 months, we found like a chart, and it was just sort of like you had to like take them out like every 2 or 3 hours or something like that.
But we'll take her out, and
Yeah.
she'll just lay in the grass. She'll just chill. And then we bring her inside, she
Oh,
pees on the floor. It's like, what the hell is wrong with you? And then sometimes, like before she even gets out, we open the cage, and I literally have to open the cage and grab her, and pick her up. As soon as we open the cage, she start to tinkle like right away. I'm just like,
of course.
yeah, she's defective. I don't know. I won't call it defective, but she's frustrating.
But just vicious though, right? Not Spike.
Not Spike. No, Spike knows the
fine.
deal. He goes out, he uses the bathroom, he'll come in, he'll run around the house. She will actually go back and sit in her cage with the door open and just sit there.
That's funny. People in the chat, I just put in the Discord link so you can see pictures of said puppies.
Yeah. Spike and Vicious. I take no credit for it. My wife named them.
That's hilarious. So yeah. And not much for me either. We traveled for the first time the past ever since I got fully vaxxed. Like did like normal people shit for the first time. That was really odd. But other than that, just constantly working on stuff.
No rest for the.
Yeah, I took 5 whole days off.
Oh my god, what did you do with your time?
I know. Dude, it was so hard not to just veg in the hotel. Like, just lay down in like a clean room and just not be in front of all the shit that I have to do. And and like Dr. Wife was just like, okay, we need to go walk around at least. So it's like, okay, fine. But we did get a cool shot of the Lincoln Memorial at sunset. So I'll post that to the Discord sometime.
Thing is huge.
I
said that damn thing is huge.
Yeah. From the end of the reflection pond, but it was when we were there. It was everything was just starting to open up, so there wasn't that many people there, and there were just tons of gnats everywhere from the reflection pond, and like it actually worked out wearing our masks and my glasses. Like, there were 0 bugs eaten that night. But yeah, that's about it for me. Or that's the only like exciting thing that happened this month.
Yeah, nothing here. Nothing here. Just same old, same old.
Yeah.
All right. Well, podcast reviews is the best way to spread the word about Earth's Mightiest Podcast. In the ocean of other podcasts, it's the lifeline that draws listeners to us. It's super easy and super quick, so please do us a solid and leave us some feedback. Don't forget, we do also have a Patreon, patreon.com/EMPcast, where you can subscribe and help out the show, where we can, take care of shipping, keep the lights on for hosting and everything else. But, you get mugs, artwork from friends of the show, other little goodies as well. So definitely try to help out if you can.
Yes, that would be wonderful. And you mentioned the EMBS episodes?
Oh, yes. As part of that, you do get the EMBS episodes a month earlier than the public. So Patreon listeners get access to it pretty much the day we record it, and everybody else gets it a month later.
Yep. And that's usually what we talk when it's literally our BS episode where we talk about the things that we're into that aren't Avengers or X-Men book related.
Pretty much.
Um, with that being said, we'll cue Tribe 1 and we'll start the episode.
Now appearing in the building, up in every ear hole from 80-year-olds to the children. You're here to hear about the heroes and the villains and save yourself some dollars, yen, and euros from the zeros to the millions. This is a lot of class packed into one podcast. They probably ought to have laws passed, but it's too late to stop the onslaught. Raw blast of compacted, bombastic, five-alarm sass. They're talking AVX, way back to Secret Invasion. They're talking flying up high in the sky, down to the feet on the pavement. They're reading the pages of every single one of the summer events. So other than Venice, you want to be coming to them when you want the Avengers. They're up inside of your environment with flying iron fists, giant-sized Goliaths, and the tiniest super scientists. Try denying it, but I insist. There's other podcasts, but this is Earth's mightiest. EMP, literally MP3 TNT. Young, new, mighty, and secretly try denying it, but I insist. There's other podcasts, but this is Earth's mightiest. EMP, literally MP3 TNT. Young, new, mighty, and secretly try denying it, but I insist. There's other podcasts, but this is Earth's mightiest.
This is Earth's Mightiest Podcast. I am Vietwin, and with me, as always, are Corin Kroll.
Greetings and salutations.
And our normal co-host, Bobby Moriarty, is MIA. He's dealing with life stuff, and we wish him all the best. And hopefully we can have him back on the next show, or on, hopefully, at least on EMBS for this month.
Hopefully.
Yes. We stand strong as the front line to the Avengers titles published by Marvel Comics. We defend you from the bad books and avenge the books you may have missed.
Issues will be rated from a 1 to a 5, with 1 being very, very stinky poo-poo, and 5 being very, very candy, yummy, good, sweet.
Speaking of candy, Skittles made a gummy candy recently.
That sounds
They're
weird.
pretty tasty.
Do you know if you like?
I recommend it.
Have you tried plugging your nose and eating Skittles?
I have not. What does that do?
They all taste the same.
No.
Strange.
Interesting.
We will be spoiling the books, so consider your ass warned. If you don't want to be spoiled about anything we cover, read the show notes. You'll see the books. If you don't want to be spoiled about anything that we cover, go ahead and pause now and then come back.
Yes.
All right.
And for the one person on Twitch, I have the list of books that we're covering on screen. Anyways, Corin, let's start us off of our books that we're going to cover.
All right. So if I'm stepping up first,
Yep.
I will be covering Avengers number 44, Enter the Phoenix Finale.
Thank
Written
God.
by Jason Aaron with art by Javier Garron, colors by David Curiel, lettered by Corey Petit. And basically we do have some more verses as Black Panther and Captain America are battling out in the tournaments. Eventually we do see that everybody else seems to be fighting still as well, as Shayna, the She-Devil, and Red Widow are throwing down. She-Hulk and Namor once again are throwing down. Lots of destruction outside the Phoenix. Well, the Phoenix itself is still being dealt with by Carol and Iron Man, and at one point Iron Man even taps into their celestial base to try to attack the Phoenix. Thor is actually trying to defend her, and everybody's just trying to wonder what the heck is going on. As Red Widow and Shayna are battling, we see a hand reach out of the water and basically take down the Red Widow and Shayna, and this mysterious person just goes combatant to combatant, just taking everybody down, until we realize that Echo is now the new Phoenix. The Phoenix Force itself leaves Thor telling him that, I wish I had more time to spend with you, my son, before being absorbed. And yeah, Echo's the new Phoenix. Jean tells her, Maya, don't try to do this alone. Basically, if you need help, always reach out. And then we just see destruction all across the world where the battles have taken place. Namor is defeated and looks like dehydrated and small, trying to drag himself to the water. Thor just seems to be frustrated, and Baby Star Brand is just kind of floating in the air. And that's how the issue ends.
Okay. It's just like that was sort of my reaction to this. I was just like, oh, okay.
And again, it's like all these people are just fighting. I wish we had brackets or something, because some of these battles is just it doesn't make sense. Some of these people already lost to other people.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, there's no rules, there's no rhyme or reason to why these like certain people are fighting certain people, and then just like having Echo be just all of a sudden be the Phoenix just seems very anticlimactic. As cool as Echo, I like Echo as a character, and I like, and the fact that she has the Phoenix is a cool idea, but the all this build up to this is a little bit of a letdown, to be honest.
Yeah, just
right? Like, I mean, like there were some good moments, like between the fighting, of like Cap and Black Panther and She-Hulk and Namor, but yeah, this not. I don't know, man. I just did not like this. I did not like this series.
it just went on too long. I like the idea behind it. I'm really good with actually they're leaving Phoenix alone for a very long time, because I feel like it's definitely been overwrought and overused. But yeah, if they had to do it, they should have done it a lot smaller. I think it drug out too many issues.
Yeah, how many issues was this? Like 6?
If you count the prelude, I can pull it up. Hold on. Pretty certain it's, well, without the prelude, it started in 40. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, it was only 4 issues. 5
Oh,
issues.
really?
5.
Yeah. Still way too many. Like, yeah, it just felt like it dragged and it didn't. I don't know. Again, like there was just too many. There are too many storylines, like out there, like, again, like the joke, the irons in the fire, but.
I don't even think that bothered me that much. I think this.
But I mean, there's so many things that you could address,
Oh.
and now we're focusing on, it's just like the Conju thing was a nice little weird side thing, and that one like wrapped up pretty quickly, and I felt like this one needed to also do that.
I mean, even that one wasn't that one like.
Yeah, that one may have gone a little long too. But I don't know. That one was a little. I guess it was different because I'm not used to dealing with Moon Knight as much.
That's true. We had a lot of Phoenix.
Maybe we just been Phoenixed out. Like we need some time for it to be in the ashes for a bit.
It was pretty cool. We get a glimpse of Red Widow's face and how scarred and jacked up she looks.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that scene was really gnarly. The Sheena, where like she's like, you think, yeah, like there's savage in my name, bitch.
Queen of the Savage Flame.
Yeah.
Art is solid. I think faces are still. He's to work on his faces still. Some of it's a little wonky, but you know, dude is doing some good work.
Yeah. Yeah, the art is solid. And I like how how the characters are drawn. Like the Phoenix the Phoenix costume.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess what are we supposed to think about like the little Phoenix birds in the baby carriage thing?
The team is coming together. We have
Yeah.
all the 1 million BC avatars finally coming together. This generation coming together.
Yeah. So I'm guessing Iron Fist is gonna start making more of appearance in the future, or actually they're going to Heroes of Reborn, right? I mean, after this next.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but they should be
yeah.
bringing him back. I mean, if you really think about the 1 million BC characters, I think that Iron Fist was like one of the first to get her own little single issue as well. So they've kind of covered Iron Fist, but we haven't really seen him since the Age of Khonshu stuff.
Yeah, he got his ass beat by Moon Knight. That was the last thing we've seen.
I need to catch up on that miniseries that he's got out right now too.
Yeah, that one's pretty fun. But yeah, all right. What would you grade this?
This is going to get a 3. 3. No more red, yellow, and orange ink left in the world.
uh, yeah. I think I'm gonna give it like 2.5. 2.5. Whelming echoes. Echoes.
All right, so next up we do have Post.
Yeah, I can do this one.
Post. I'm trying to
yeah.
set you up. Let me tee you up real quick. We have the Post King in Black Avengers book.
Yes. So we have Avengers number 45 with the King in Black moniker on the cover. Written by Jason Aaron, art by Luca Maresca, colors by David Curiel, and letters by Corey Petit. And yeah, so we're seeing. I guess we get a little bit of narration from Ghost Rider, and we see all the Avengers just kind of doing their training in the Avengers Mountain base. And so but the main bullet points here is that Dracula has lobbied to bring Chernobyl to be a sovereign nation, and everybody seems to be okay with it because they were the ones that banded together with everybody to fight the King in Black, or Null. And so they let that happen, and but they also say, like, Blade went and killed all of our people. So apparently that's what happened in King in Black number 5. I never read it.
They turned on him. They did try to kill him first.
Okay, so yeah. So, but he's saying that like, so he has all these demands, and then so they let Dracula become a sovereign nation but as King of Wakanda, Black Panther was able to, return the sergeant, but then on one stipulation, like they're actually providing blood to them as a nation and everything. But the one stipulation is Blade gets to be their sheriff.
What a twist.
Yeah, I'm just like, wait, what? I don't think that's. I don't know how to UN. I don't know how to United Nations, but I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I don't think that's how that works. But okay. The sheriff of Chernobyl, Blade. Yeah. So, and meanwhile, I wasn't sure if this was taking place before or after the Phoenix thing, but then we do get a scene with Echo as the Phoenix, and it seems like nobody, like ever since she became the Phoenix or had the Phoenix Force, they haven't really talked to her, but Ghost Rider seems to get a little chummy with her, saying, like you're fire, I'm fire, we're cool.
If the King in Black came and his whole thing was, darkness, you would think that they might want to use the Phoenix against him.
You would think.
But maybe.
Yeah, I mean, isn't fire like one of Venom's like biggest weaknesses?
The regular symbiotes, yes. Really wouldn't have touched but still. Well, fire wouldn't, but it's the Phoenix. I mean, she really should have been there. They dropped the ball with that, but I guess they didn't want to spoil
make it too easy.
Who became the Phoenix, I guess. But they could have at least maybe, I don't know. They could have positioned it where they didn't put her in here, so you could take it however you want it, whether it's times before or after her. But
right.
I don't know.
But then, like the issue ends and just say, "Next up, Heroes Reborn." So that's it. Like we're just on this big ass cliffhanger.
Yes, and it'll make sense too. It's cool. We won't get ahead. But yes, it does happen that way.
Okay.
I love Captain America's little mask here when he arrives in Chernobyl. Everybody else is kind of okay.
Yeah.
She-Hulk, of course, is Gamma-proof. Thor, I guess it doesn't bother him. Or Captain Marvel. Iron Man's got his mask. Black Panther's got his mask. And Ghost Rider's Ghost Rider, so.
Yeah. Blade's a daywalker, so.
Yeah. No, this was interesting. More having it all come together.
Right. Like, we're finally addressing Dracula. I don't want him in my Wolverine book, but he's okay over here.
Agreed. And I had to laugh when, the whole Maya, because she's deaf, Echo is deaf, she has to read lips to understand what people are saying, but if you have the Phoenix Force, I mean, come on, she couldn't fix her hearing?
I thought about that, like, the whole time, like, because he was just talking to her regularly, and it wasn't until she said, like I can't read your lips when you're just a skull. And then I was just like, it's a funny gag, but like, you got the Phoenix, man.
Yeah.
Like, can't fix your hearing.
She first appeared in in Bendis' Daredevil run, and I gotta say, as I always say with some of the stuff here, it is her origin story and her first appearance is some really good stuff.
Yeah, like I said, like her I love her character, and she's kind of had it rough.
Oh yeah, they killed her at one point.
Yeah, but what do you think about the? I guess what is the point of all the records being deleted?
Which part?
Like in the beginning, like like you just broke the world record, blah blah blah. They're just like,
oh yeah,
delete records.
Well, Captain America, of course, he's superhuman, so I don't think it really counts. Super soldier serum.
Right, but I mean, everybody was like breaking records, and everybody was saying to delete it.
Yeah,
I think except for Stark, that was just like everything but what you said, everything but congratulations.
Yeah, I think they're just showing that they're Earth's mightiest. Yeah, it was cool. Art is solid.
And then what's it? Yes. Thor came back from his drunken escapades. Delete from thy records.
What is it? Blood alcohol level? Where is it?
Yeah.
It's getting enough to anesthetize a herd of full-grown. Oh,
Yep.
cut it off. Yeah. Um, I really got nothing else here. I don't think they've centered on Black Panther yet, so maybe we got a arc coming with that. We got Starbrand's story. We got Phoenix. We got Ghost Rider. Um, I guess She-Hulk as well.
Mm-hmm.
Probably has an arc coming up as well.
Well, there's that whole World War She-Hulk.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And Thor. So, few things coming. I enjoyed this better than last issue, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give this 3.5 Men in Black.
Nice. Yeah, I was gonna give it 3.5. New sheriff in town.
But I didn't shoot the deputy.
Yeah. And how can you be a sheriff of a country though? It's not really a town. You're a sheriff of the country.
I like the fact that he was about to quit the Avengers too.
Yeah. I'm just like, no, wait.
Alright. So, next up.
He's just gonna straight up, like, like, I don't know, like, as much as we talk about, I can see Blade being very much like, not to get too political, but like the police in our in our actual real life. We're just like, I was just defending myself.
He started it.
Yeah, like he ran into my sword. It's terrible, I know, but
All right. So, next up.
Yeah, I guess I can do champions.
You just went. You sure you didn't want to do the past division?
Doesn't matter.
Past division. You know what I mean? Retro.
Division. Yeah.
Wrong show.
Yeah, I can just go ahead and do champions. Because I guess I looked through it just in case Bobby couldn't make it. So,
all right.
Yeah, so we have champions number 6, written by Danny Lohr, art by Luciano Vecchio, and colors by Federico Blee, and letters by Clayton Cowles. So we start this new storyline, right? And it's called the Killer App. And we start off with some no-name villains that are breaking into a bank, and the champions, stop them, only to find out that there's like a security team that they were just testing the bank's security systems. Yeah, womp womp. And then meanwhile, we start to see more about this the Roxxon. Like, Roxxon is starting to like build an app, like an evil social media app. Yeah, it's run by this blonde girl Miriam, and they're up to no good, and they're trying to win the hearts of the youth, and the champions are onto it, and they're setting up. Everyone's kind of making their plans to to the champions are trying to stop them, but Roxanne's team is have their own plans in mind. But yeah, that's about it.
So the art is they've got a lot of anime feel to it, or manga feel, with that Roxanne chick and her huge eyes.
Yeah.
She looks
Yeah.
almost alien, but the art has a real manga style. This wasn't bad. I didn't love it. I think it's probably just not for me. I don't know if I'm aging out of what they're trying to do here, but I just don't think it was for me. It was cool. What did you think?
I think I think I need to give it a couple more issues. I can see where they're going with it, like sort of a little bit of like social commentary with social media and like that kind of thing. And because social media is evil in a sense, like as much as we need it, like it's also very terrible. And 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 also just how a corporation and company as terrible as Roxxon can just can just rehabilitate themselves despite all of like the terrible things that they've done. Like Rox like remember War of the Realms? Roxxon was involved in all of that, and people just don't care, and it's also a little bit of commentary based off of how terrible our government is. Like like all of the screwed up stuff, and then like they can't undo what's already been done and all that kind of stuff. So like I see where they're going with it, but yeah, I think I'm kind of with you. Like I feel like my comics sometimes want to be an escape from all of this stuff, and I don't know. I'm willing to give it. I want to see if like how he executes it.
I just don't really find the whole thing all that interesting. Is my only thing, and again, I just think it's not probably my kind of interest. I do like this Paige chick, the girl that was serving the drinks before she got promoted.
Right.
When the guy, I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah. Like she is like this Miriam girl is, she's a force to be reckoned with. Yeah. It's like you're fired.
You girl serving drinks.
Yeah.
You're hired.
And you can sort of see like like she's fierce, right? But then you can almost see like her like almost like having some admirability to her, like where like the fact that she did recognize this old dude doesn't know what young people really like, and that kind of thing.
And then she flipped it on him. I'm just waiting for her to reveal to be some kind of alien. Her face will open up or something crazy.
Right.
But we probably won't get it. But
yeah, or like she's also a minotaur.
She's some other fantasy creature.
Right. Ooh, like a Medusa or like a siren or something.
Ooh, then they can bring in Amadeo and Hercules. Well, Hercules is in space anyway, though, so.
Yeah, well, Amadeus should be already on this team. I don't know where he's at.
How do you like Viv's costume? I don't know if you noticed that she has like a kind of a costume now.
Oh, does she? Oh yeah, I guess she does. Yeah, she doesn't have like t-shirt and jeans anymore. I like it.
Oh, shit, now I remember what I wanted to say. So, do you remember when the champions first formed? There was this other group of teenagers that they fought, like the one fire dude, and
yeah.
I really thought they would have brought them characters in at least for this, but it's cool that they're inventing new characters. Did you notice though, on the first page in those middle 4 panels, the champions are hidden in each of those panels?
Oh, I saw Viv, but I did not recognize. Now I didn't see Miles, but now I do.
And I think that's Sam's shoulder in the second panel. I can't. That one's not really obvious. But then, of course, if you look in the third one, there's Riri standing up on the balcony.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did notice Viv first. She was the most obvious, and I went back and I noticed the other ones.
Okay.
I thought that was a
Yeah.
nice touch.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
But I'm glad they're creating some new characters. Hopefully,
Mm-hmm.
we'll see more of them, and they'll make them likable or good characters.
Yeah, like, and you know, I'm willing to give this a shot. It's I kind of see where they're going with it, and hopefully they stick the landing.
So I guess what I'm questioning myself about is we've had Mark Waid, we've had Jim Zub, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep.
And
Vita Ayala, was she the last one?
I don't think it was Vita. It was.
Oh no, you're right.
She has the same last name as somebody else. I can find it in a second.
Ewing, right?
Huh?
Eve Ewing.
Yes,
right?
There you go, Eve Ewing. You got it. So I mean, we've had a few different writers, and I don't know. It's just weird that I just kind of maybe toss up between. No, I think Wade probably beats out Jim as much as I like Jim's run as well. I just find it weird that Mark Waid is probably the oldest out of everybody, and I kind of like his version of these teens better than everybody else.
Well, that just goes to show how old we are.
Exactly, and that's what it just. I'm trying to think that maybe it's just me with some kind of partial bias with how the characters are written, but
Maybe.
As you said, I'm willing to give it a shot. I'm willing to hang in there for a couple arcs, but
yeah, like just as someone that follows like politics and current events very very closely, I'm seeing like what the correlations and the commentary that I think that they're trying to portray in this book. So, you know, like, and this is all speculation. I don't know. I don't really know much about Danny Lore's work, but Christine just said hi in the chat. Hello,
hi,
Christine.
You called it.
Yeah,
you called it. I like the pop up store and the merchandise and how some people are actually falling for it and buying into the Rocks On brand. The new brand that they got going on. I thought that was funny.
Even Bruno was just like, yo, these shoes are nice, and they're like, no. I was like, but I want it, but just not the Rocks On brand. It's like they still look cool. Can I try it on? No.
I never quite finished reading her Ms. Marvel series. They're like in the third volume now.
Yeah, I haven't read it since G. Willow Wilson was on it.
Same here. So they never quite got together, did they?
Last time, yeah, they didn't quite get together, but I don't know. Like he had his arm around her for a little bit in this book, so maybe they did.
I mean, it is interesting that they still bring in other things from the other series. Like I never met Natalie before, or Ironheart's AI.
Yeah.
But her and this other dude have some history. So cool stuff. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. I'll still read it, give it 4 or 5 issues, and we'll see how it goes. Covers are fantastic.
Yeah, and also Snowguard seems to be more of the activist, more of the the protester about this, and it seems like her and Miriam have like more of a head-to-head
Mm-hmm.
issue going on. I mean, and she was like the one that was probably of the group that was most affected by like the programming,
Mm-hmm.
the re-education stuff. So
Re-education. Terrible word.
right.
All
And
right.
it just seems like Roxxon is just like adding to like the global, like a global version with this app.
I love how they noted that there's like so many damn security flaws with the app itself that they had to have intentionally made it that way.
Right.
It was funny.
A for-profit company doing things that are shady? Never. Yeah, and I didn't really know anything about this other dude um, that they hired. I forgot the guy. He was like the villain. I guess he's also from Ironheart's book.
Yes, there was a 2020 event that circled around Iron Man, and she had a one-shot at it as well.
Okay.
But I think that's where he's from. I think there's a editorial note in there to go see that one-shot for that story.
Gotcha. You know that girl, the girl that the receptionist or whatever, or that that she decided to hire.
Page or promote,
Yeah,
yeah.
Paige. Yeah, like she kind of looks like Kelly Sue.
She does a little bit. The red hair and the glasses. She's like, what did Miriam say? You're the youngest member of our team, correct? She's like, by 3 months, ma'am. Adorable. You've earned a promotion, and call me Miriam. It fits our image better. Keep up the good work by finding me someone who can actually relate to kids.
Yeah.
Boom. All right. Um, and again, art's very anime influenced. It's solid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think some of the exaggeration, especially with Miriam, just looks a little weird sometimes. But overall, I'm going to give it 3. Oh, what was the battle cry they said? Was this issue they had that battle cry, and they were like, nope, that doesn't work.
Yeah, the whole thing with the bzz. This he's like, how dare you zit me?
Yeah, so I'm gonna give it 3 zit 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 zit
And it's
this.
like, yeah, it's just like it sounds like you're saying zit.
You're talking about acne, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna give it I'm gonna give it 3 fake bank heists.
All right. So to finish up our main coverage, we are going to talk about Avengers: The Initiative number 5. If I'm not mistaken, it's from 2007.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back. It is written by top page. I'm sure it's Dan Slott, Stefano Caselli on the art, and colors by load.
Yeah, they don't put the creative team.
Daniel Raduni and Joe Carmagna. All right. So we're in Camp Hammond where our Gauntlet and Gyrick are trying to get the what do they call it? The Tactagon weapon to work. Of course, they flunked Armory, and she was the only one that seemed to get it work. But Gyrick is still adamant on trying to find somebody else to use the weapon. We learned that Trauma now has better control of his powers, and Danny's kind of grooming him to be not a therapist to help people with their fears, which is of course not what Gyrick was looking for.
Yeah, he's like, give me him back.
As he says, you turn him into a new age tree hugging liberal beat. So he takes him for his little shadow initiative, and we see him recruiting Bengal, Constrictor, Mutant Zero,
And we got
the Scarlet
Samson.
Spiders.
Samson's like training Mutant Zero.
Which we'll get to more when they get to the actual meeting. I was going to make a comment, but it can wait. So, yes, this is his Shadow Initiative, 7 members, and basically he introduces them to each other, and at which point he points out Mutant Zero is kind of on retainer. She's not really part of the team. She's just kind of a one call in when they really need her. And Constrictor tries to figure out who she is. And of course, Gyrick is like, it's kind of classified, it's off record. I like that they make reference to the 198, there being 198 mutants left after M Day. Gyrick corrects them and says there's 198 catalog, there is more like 300. So yes. So then they get to the plan. They're going to insert the Shadow Team into the stadium, the base. What is it? It's Yankee Stadium, Madison Square Garden, where Hulk has captured the Initiative recruits who tried to fight against the invasion. So Gyrick's sending this team in to extract them, so nobody ever finds out that the Initiative was involved and got their asses kicked. We get to see Yellow Jacket and Gauntlet and the rest of the Avengers and the Order, which is a team that I really love. We get to see them kind of in Brooklyn trying to deal with the displaced people. Shadow Team goes in, and of course things go wrong pretty quickly, but Mutant Zero comes in, saves their asses, and then disappears. They rescue the kids, but of course on their way out they run into trouble. Trauma is able to transform into Korg's biggest fear, and then we see he turns into Thor. They all escape, but of course on their way out they run into the Hulk. Trauma is able to save the day. He sends everybody else to the chopper. And he decides to take the Hulk on. He turns into Abomination, saying that he's afraid of somebody being bigger and stronger than he is. He turns into the Juggernaut, saying that he's, some of your foes are unstoppable. He turns into Bruce Banner's dad. He turns into Bruce Banner to try to really throw the Hulk off. But then he realizes he can't change into anything else, and then that's what Hulk tells him, that he's not afraid of anything. He does throw him into a car, jacks him up pretty bad, but then he leaves him, and then the Scarlet Spiders rescue him, and in his hospital bed, everybody comes to visit him. Of course, Cloud9 is afraid, because of course what happened last time she was around him, and she saw what happened, but he transforms into her. It's like, yeah, you're afraid of what you're becoming, and if you want, I can help you. And the issue kind of ends with Gyrick downclassing Trauma from an Omega mutant or Omega power level to, I don't know, what was it, class 50?
Yeah. And then Danny's just like, told you.
Oh man, I love the art and the colors, especially on this.
Yeah.
It's just gorgeous.
I don't know much about Bengal, but I was just like, that looks like a Vietnamese name.
I think he does make reference of it somewhere.
Yeah.
When they were recruiting him, he was saying he's not from here, and the guy was saying his family is.
Yeah. Yeah, this was a really good episode or issue. Yeah, seeing the whole, seeing Trauma do his thing, and I don't know, like mutant. I'm getting a lot of Red Widow vibes from Mutant Zero, kind of, just like mystery badass kind of situation. Don't really know much about them.
You will never. I don't think you'd ever guess who it is. It's just not well known.
Okay. So this Mutant Zero is somebody that I know?
Yes, you've definitely heard of her before,
Okay.
but you probably don't even realize her powers. She has powers and that she's a mutant.
And it's not X-23.
No,
Because that's who I would assume it would be.
not even in the ballpark. I'm trying to think where he appears. We actually see Trauma in a recent issue of something this last month or this month.
Really?
And I really can't remember what book it was because I was surprised. I was like, oh, look who's finally showing up after all this time.
Was he in Reptiles? You serious?
No,
I don't know.
I don't think it was Reptile. It was I'm looking and I really can't remember where I saw him because I was skimming the issue. I wasn't even reading it.
And also, I wasn't sure when it came to Trauma, like whether other people saw what he turned into. But seeing Thor Girl react to seeing Thor, and that's what answered my question.
Yeah. About to say I'm pretty certain.
Yeah, so like he literally turns into a person that he focuses on to their fear.
To their fear. Damn it! Now he's gonna eat me.
Just in general, like if you got Sentinels, like you're usually not on the right side.
I mean, I'll give it to them. It was cool that during the whole decimation arc, they made manned Sentinels.
Yeah,
that was a good, interesting twist to it.
So is the Sentinel a mech?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they had a whole mini-series based on the pilots too and everything. Damn it! Now I'm really bothered that I can't remember what book the dude showed up in.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the Fantastic Four.
Oh, okay.
It was the Fantastic Four. He's talking to Franklin. Booyah! There we go. I feel better now.
All right. Got that out of your system?
Got it out of my system because it was like, he showed up twice in books I was reviewing, looking at. So, yes, out of my system. But, I mean, I know this whole run of this book is solid anyway, so I really shouldn't be surprised. But I can't stress how much to listeners that I just love this series. It's just great.
It is really good, and definitely recommend it. I mean, for the most part, I think, and this was actually good as a tie-in as well.
Yeah.
As far as tie-in books go.
Wasn't a slave to it, and it still had its own specific story.
Right.
All right.
Oh, there was that part where, like, oh man, that like where you're just like permission to speak freely, Mr. Secretary. Yeah, because like Gyrick was like talking shit about soldiers, and was it Gauntlet?
Yep.
Gauntlet was just like, soldiers are heroes. Say something like that again.
Sir.
say something like that again, sir, and I will rip off your beep and beep down your beep. Is that clear? And he's like, of course. Sorry.
Sorry, Sergeant. I wasn't thinking. I'm still a little upset. I really wanted my big gun.
Yeah. Can you imagine, like, being at your job and just say permission to speak freely?
Hey, you gave him permission.
Yeah. Like, what if you did that at your job?
Shit.
Just like permission to speak freely. Oh, but yeah, this is really good.
Agreed.
Oh, and the part where Trauma turns into his dad, Gyrick's dad.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, ooh, you got daddy issues. I really hate Gyrick.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to. I don't think he's supposed to be likable. Not even a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. He's never been a likable character, but I especially don't like him.
Well, actually, let's say this. Listeners who's read the old school Avengers, if he was ever likable back then, let us know. I'm sure we definitely would like to know.
Yeah, from what I've seen, anything that I've read with him, or maybe just because like reading or watching X-Men the animated series and just growing up with him like messing up or like always like being terrible with the X-Men has just been ingrained with me to hate him. And he's also a terrible politician.
All right, so moving on to the quick hits. I think you said you didn't read any of these, right?
I read some of them.
All right. Let's just go down the list. And America Chavez.
I did read that one.
Yeah.
And I'm loving this book.
So we have Kalinda Vasquez, Carlos Gomez, Jesus Abertoff on colors, Travis Lanham on letters. I mean, they're really starting to tinker with her origin story. Let me just scroll real quick.
Yeah, like you're getting more. They're filling more of the gaps of her as a kid, and like in our time or in our in the 616 reality.
Yeah, what happened after she first got stranded here?
Right.
And the family that took her in.
Yeah, and then like family that's not cool with what she's doing.
Well, I mean, any damn parent wouldn't want their damn kid out there fighting crime and fighting people, so that's completely understandable.
Right.
But it leads into a lot of problems with her and her adopted family.
Yeah. So you're like, yeah, they're just getting a lot of cool history about. So, I don't know, like, what is your theory about her mishaps with her powers? I was like, I'm starting to think this dude, this mystery villain dude, is sapping or like
draining her powers.
Yeah, draining her powers.
Probably, but it has to be related because you see the person at the end that's about to grab her or pick her up has the same star tattoos on her wrists.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Is it a Rogue and Carol Danvers thing where only one can have the power? Is one draining the other
or,
back and forth?
I mean, like, because like she's been to her dimension before, right? So this could just be like a villain
from there.
Yeah.
I thought she couldn't go back.
Maybe she couldn't go back, but or like I mean, there could just be another straggler from that world.
True.
That made it, and this person has just been around, or something along those lines. Like this person seemed to have a long history with her too.
I'm beginning to wonder if this is going to relate anything to her showing up in the movies and the TV show. Is it movies or TV shows? I think she's in a Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah, she's supposed to be in the Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah, I wonder if it's going to relate. Oh, good stuff though. I mean, I love the character. She's one of my faves.
Yeah, the art is solid too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is I think we kind of talked about it. Like this one's not as funny as like West Coast Avengers, but it still has that. Still feels like a West Coast Avengers book, despite it being just about America Chavez.
Yep. Beta Ray Bill #2, written by Daniel Warren Johnson. Oh, and
I did not watch it.
And he did the art. Damn. Written and drawn. Colored by Mike Spicer. Dude, just go ahead and read this book. It relates really closely to Thor, but this writer loves Beta Ray, and it shows. He loves the character. He knows the history in and out. There's a 2-page splash of the Scuttlebutt. Is Scuttlebutt? Yeah, his ship.
Yeah.
Where they do a cutaway and show you all the different sections of the ship, and it is just some ridiculously good-looking art, and this book has comedy. Scourge is in there, who I've grown to love a lot too.
From Ragnarok.
Yes. And as Guardians of the Galaxy, he was part of that book too. But this is just space hijinks and adventure, and Beta Ray trying to replace Stormbreaker, his hammer, so he can actually change back to his regular form, because he's stuck in the horse form, which is a problem for him. Because of course, Sif isn't quite attracted to the horse look either, so he can't get no play. But dude, this book is just great. It's on some Silver Surfer Black kind of level of just fun and craziness.
Like Cosmic Ghost Rider kind of fun.
Like, yes, just it's up there with it. It's definitely worth checking out.
Nice. Yeah, I definitely want to check it out. Okay, I didn't read Eternals.
I didn't either. I'm behind on that one.
Okay.
Or Savage Avengers, if you can believe it.
I didn't read that. Although that one, at least from the cover, like that one girl, the one gold armored one character, it like piques my interest. But I haven't read this. I haven't read that book. I did read Silk number 2. And this kind of, again, if you're reading Silk, it kind of keeps going. It's a good continuation to her story.
I kind of miss the days when her and Peter were just insanely attracted to each other and couldn't help themselves. It was some good comedy there.
At first I thought, do you remember when Marvel was promoting these twin Chinese kids with white hair?
Yes, it was in
black.
What was it? It was
I think they were Chinese. I don't remember.
One of the Marvel one shots to start.
Yeah, it was a Marvel era. Now or Marvel. Okay. Yeah, one of those things. And I thought, I was like, wait, is that villain like the girl? No, they're not. Kind of thankfully, but at the same time, it's just and then I just kind of thought, whatever happened to them? They never did anything with them.
Never. At least maybe not in the U.S. How would you pronounce this writer's name?
Where's? Let me scroll up.
Maureen
Gu.
Gu.
I think it's just Gu. Maureen Gu.
Okay. And Takeshi Miyazawa.
Takeshi Miyazawa.
There you go. That one there, and Ian Herring on colors.
Yes.
Solid book. I'm glad that they didn't try to age her down, as she's still an adult around Peter's age, because sometimes I feel like they try to make her younger than she is.
Yeah.
Which would make her and Peter making out kind of icky, but...
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we got crazy cat demons. And...
Hold on, I don't want to spoil... Did we find out about the therapist already in this issue? I don't remember if I read it or not.
Or no, we meet the therapist, and they he makes a phone call to the boss lady. Yeah. All
right, that was this issue.
I love you shouldn't be revealing that kind of stuff.
True that, but the 2-page splash where she's interrogating the gang.
Yeah, when she's talking to all the gang members and stuff. Yeah.
It's just funny. Your towel snapping is embarrassment to towel snapping everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, the art is solid on this book. It definitely has some manga influences in it.
When was your last shower, you garbage clown?
Yeah.
Where'd you learn the Kwon Do? The internet from your mom last night.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. There's some good humor in here.
Yeah. And then and I love how just mom just always wants to take care of us. She's like, dude, she was in another dimension. You're like, oh yeah. I was like, their family history is all kinds of screwed up.
Yep. I mean, she was only locked in a vault for most of her life.
Right.
Analog.
Yeah. Yeah, the fact that this the 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 paper is called Threats and Menaces. But yeah, this is a solid book. If if you follow Silk, and you pretty much just have to pick up. You just pretty much have to pick up her miniseries, really, to really follow along with what's going on.
You mean this one, or
even the previous ones? It's just a good continuation.
yeah, she had a series. I think it ran for like 20-something issues.
Yeah.
And but yeah, this miniseries is solid. I agree.
Yes. I did not read all of Women of Marvel #1. I kind of put it in there just because it looked, just I figured they're featuring, they're kind of, you were talking about like their woke issues.
Yeah.
More or less, because I guess it was. But this one is it's just kind of showcasing a lot of the women in Marvel characters. I didn't read this, but I was flipping through it, and I see some crazy ridiculousness of Mystique riding a skeleton of fossilized T-Rex and then jumping off said fossilized T-Rex into a sky elbow on the villain.
Now, I don't have it on my tablet. I have the physical issue, but I'm mixing it up. There's a Marvel Voices as well. And I keep getting it mixed up in my head. Does the Women of Marvel have the one with Marrow and
Yes, there is a Marrow story at the end.
Okay, there's a lot of X-Men stories in these that I realize, and I really enjoy those a lot because a lot of them are on Krakoa as well.
Yeah, there's it's like Marrow and Feral.
There we go.
Yeah, I did not read this. There is looks like there's a She-Hulk story, and the art looks great on that.
Those anthologies have been really good. There's an Emma one. I think it's even a one-pager. But definitely worth checking out those voices, the Women of Marvel, and some of the other ones. There's a what do they call it? Asian and Pacific something.
Yeah, AAPI. So Asian American Pacific Islander.
There you go. That stuff there, because you're woke and I'm not. The DC did one, and I think Marvel has one coming out.
Yeah,
a month or two away.
Because May is AAPI Heritage Month.
All right. Well, I guess Marvel didn't want to double dip with DC. I guess there was some things, since there's a lot of the same creators on both books, so Marvel pushed theirs back a little bit. So Marvel will have one coming out soon as well.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that it's a bad thing that they're doing this.
Not at all. All right. Listeners, you can email us at emp@earthsmightiestpodcast.com. Don't forget, we do have a Facebook page and a Facebook group, facebookgroup.earthsmightiestpodcast.com, where you can come hang out with us. We do also have a Discord page now. Just head to earthsmightiestpodcast.com. And on the left-hand, well, I think it's in the middle, actually, you'll see there's a link for the Discord on the right-hand side of the page. You can find me on Twitter at EMPcast, as well as the hashtag TheCollectiveNet, where you can find a host of other podcasts in that group as well. You can find Bobby at Bobby Mobetta, Betta. And where can they find you pimping your stuff?
You can find me at Comedian Viet on all the social medias, and I do a Twitch stream every Sunday and Tuesday nights, and lately there's been a Friday morning stream, so I've been doing that, and where I usually work on my toys.
Nice.
But yeah, that's about it. And I guess if you like watching the time-lapse versions of me working on stuff, or where I just kind of do like a quick edit, like kind of time-lapse of me working on stuff, I throw those on my YouTube page, if that's a thing. Apparently my Aaron Titan one is getting like a whole ton of views, which is odd, but sure.
Yeah, why not? I mean, hey.
Yeah, like,
Attack
it's
on
being
Titan is
recommended. Like, it has like 30,000 views. I was just like, wow. Okay. So yeah, if you just wanna see me work on stuff sped up 16 times, if that's the thing that you want to see, you can go there.
Alright, special thanks to Tribe One for our theme song. Check out his site, tribe1.bandcamp.com, and we will see you next month.
Yeah.
Now appearing in the building, up in every ear hole from 80-year-olds to the children. You're here to hear about the heroes and the villains, and save yourself some dollars, yen, and euros from the zeros to the millions. This is a lot of class packed into one podcast. They probably ought to have laws passed, but it's too late to stop the onslaught. Raw blast of compacted, bombastic, five-alarm sass. They're talking AVX, way back to Secret Invasion. They're talking flying up high in the sky, down to the feet on the pavement. They're reading the pages of every single one of the summer events. So other than Venice, you want to be coming to them when you want the Avengers. They're up inside of your environment with flying iron fists, giant-sized Goliaths, and the tiniest super scientists. Try denying it, but I insist. There's other podcasts, but this is Earth's mightiest. EMP, literally MP3 TNT. Young, new, mighty, and secretly. Try denying it, but I insist. There's other podcasts, but this is Earth's mightiest. EMP, literally MP3 TNT. Young, new, mighty, and secretly. Try denying it, but I insist. There's other podcasts, but this is Earth's mightiest.
Find out more about Earth's Mightiest Podcast at www.earthmightiestpodcast.com. Earth's Mightiest Podcast is not affiliated with Marvel Comics in any way. Plot synopses may not be accurate. No similarities between names, characters, persons, aliens, ghosts, dimensional entities, and or institutions in this podcast are intended with those of any living, disembodied, dead, or undead person or institution. Any such similarity which may exist in this or any other universe, dimension, or altered timeline is purely, though probably not a coincidence. Earth's Mightiest Podcast is not responsible for any injuries, death, banishment to other dimensions, bodily or mental transformation due to sorcery, unplanned ingestion, or cybernetic implants, or babies conceived while listening to this podcast. We do not have anything worth suing us over. Thank you.